What up, secular America and the internet? Bam, and welcome to another edition of Wolf King's Vids. All right, so we got some lunatic. I forgot his name. Let's just watch this. Okay, apparently his name is William Murray. Don't know who the hell who this guy is, but yeah, he's complaining that because abortions are legal and possible, we are sacrificing babies to Moloch, which I just think is terribly hilarious. Anyway, let's just screen share this for you lovely peoples. All right, there we go. Now we're playing it right now.
We have too many the propaganda as to what you're allowed to do and what is religious freedom and what isn't religious freedom, and what the society deems as being proper and right. You know, there was a period in Israel after King David where making sacrifices of infants and burying them at your doorstep in order to bring a good financial luck to the family was an acceptable thing to do. I mean, there were actually some people worshiping Moloch, and this is just because society is doing it or society is approving it doesn't make it right. By the way, we still sacrifice babies to Moloch today for the financial good of the family. We call it family planning and say, well, if we abort this baby, the family will be better off financially, so it's okay. It really is the same thing as the sacrifices that were done to Moloch several thousand years ago. But because society says that's right, does not make that right, doesn't make it right in the eyes of God. And a lot of Christians just really are not.
Okay, just stop right there. I mean, I love how they think using their religious stories apparently mean they've the argument. I'm just gonna stop screen sharing this because I can't stand to seeing his ugly face. I think that's interesting. We use babies as sacrifices to Moloch, when in the Old Testament you can look and find when the God of the Old Testament was dealing with Egypt, he killed all the firstborn, and they were already out of the womb. Or when he flooded the earth, he killed off every single human being, or Sodom and Gomorrah, or other parts of it where he just wipes out whole groups of people, or have people like his chosen tribe, the Jews, wipe out whole kingdoms and tribes of people. I just think that's interesting that part's in there, but that's ignored because God, everything God does is good, but fuck whatever actual people do. But just disregarding that whole story, those ridiculous nonsensical little myths, he's basically trying to use this as some type of argument that apparently women shouldn't have reproductive rights, shouldn't be able to do what they should do with their bodies that they were born with and stuff like this. But I mean, it's nonsense, because in every single case, it's not about sacrificing babies. It's about making sure the woman has the right to do with their own body. I mean, in the case of rape and incest, they don't necessarily have the capacity to make a decision, prior to that, and after the fact, it's really a matter of making sure they have all of the options necessary to them in order to make a well-informed decision. And even if everything he said was true and all that is the case, then they should be able to offer them up to whoever the hell pagan deity that they happen to either believe or don't. It really doesn't matter, because this is a secular nation. We have separation of church and state, and freedom of religion means freedom from religion. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So I really don't see how making a point that we used to. I don't even know who the hell is we. I guess that ancient civilizations used to use babies as sacrifices or offerings. Therefore, women shouldn't have the right to do whatever they want with their bodies and not within the boundaries of reason. I think that's a bullshit, fallacious line of reasoning. I think it's trying to appeal to some ridiculous form of I don't know, Christian Taliban or theocracy, and really it just does more to imply a bias rather than give a level playing field for human rights and civil liberties. I mean, the science isn't there, you know, no evidence is there. But that being said, this guy is fucking retarded and flat out wrong. But that's my video on this. That's my 2 cents on it. This has been Wolf King. Peace out. If you like this video, you know what to do. And chill out, peoples. Later.